Good morning to one and all. Welcome to this online session of Tadvidya Sambhashana Parishad. Today we are going to discuss on the concept of Meda Dhatu. The objective in this session is we will be discussing about the etymology of Meda Dhatu, then synonyms of Meda Dhatu as a strotas, that is Medovaha strotas. Then we will be discussing about the qualities and Panchamahabhautika composition of Meda Dhatu, metabolism of Meda Dhatu, how the Meda Dhatu is formed, and functions, the main functions of Meda Dhatu, time required for the formation of Meda Dhatu. Okay, then Vriddhi and Kshaya of Meda Dhatu. What causes Vriddhi and what are the Lakshanas seen in this Vriddhi, and what causes Kshaya and what are the Lakshanas seen in Meda Dhatu. In short, the pathophysiology of Meda Dhatu. And later we'll see what are the general diseases seen in Meda Dhatu, and followed by general line of treatment. Okay. When we see about the etymology of Meda Dhatu, we see it as Medayati Snehati Anena iti Medaha. That means the dhatu which leads to snehana, lubrication or oleation, is called as Meda Dhatu. Fine. Why is lubrication required? You must have seen, if you take a simple iron rod and you expose it to air, you expose it to rain, you expose it to the external climate, okay, it starts giving out its layers. That means there is rukshata produced by the climatic condition, okay, which leads to its wear and tear. Okay, whenever you apply oil and apply any lubricated material to it, the decaying of that material is reduced and the compactness is preserved. Okay, the same thing happens in the human body also. When there is proper lubrication at your cellular level, at your tissue level, at an organ level, and at skin level, the decaying process of the body is controlled and the wear and tear is also in control. Okay, otherwise there is ati rukshata which causes early decaying of the tissues, and even the compactness can be lost. What we will see in Meda Dhatu Kshaya, what happens in Meda Dhatu Kshaya. So proper lubrication is very, very important. Another example, if there is proper lubrication of your organs, there is proper functioning. Okay, if there is proper lubrication to your eyes, your eyelids can close, open in a proper way. If there is roughness, you will always feel something which is getting stuck and there is no proper functioning of your eyelids. If your nose gets roughened and there is no lubrication properly, even breathing can be a difficulty. Okay, if there is no lubrication at your oral cavity, then even consuming food, appreciating the taste, speaking process, production of voice, even this can be a problem. So proper lubrication is very, very important, and this lubrication is the main function of Meda Dhatu. Okay, coming to the synonyms of Meda. Okay, this can be helpful to the first year students. Those who are without textbooks, you can just note down Mamsaja, okay, Mamsaja Teja, then Astikrit, Vapa, Vasa are the synonyms of Meda Dhatu. Okay, it is produced from the Mams Dhatu and it leads to the production of next Dhatu, that is the Asti Dhatu. So this is how the synonyms are formed. Okay, then though the Meda Dhatu is present in each and every Paramanu of the body, but the main site is said to be Vrakka, that is the kidney region, and Vapavahana, or mental region. Okay, now an MCQ point to be added here. Sushruta adds Kati also as the main sthana of Meda. Okay, how is this described? Medavaha srotasam Vrakko moolam Vapavahanam cha. I repeat, Medovahanam srotasam Vrakko moolam Vapavahanam cha, according to Charaka Vimanasthana. where Vrakko means the region around the kidneys and kidneys as the main. Okay, you can see in anatomy there is lot of perinephral fat present around the kidneys. Okay, and in embryological development also the kidneys are developed from the fat and later control the fat metabolism. So that is very important. It is the adrenal gland, the supraadrenal gland, which is controlling the fat mechanism, fat and its metabolism. Then coming to Sushruta, he says Medovaha Dve Tayo Moolam Kati Vrakkocha. Now why he adds Kati region is because he wants to give importance to the lumbar discs, the discs present in the vertebrae, okay, which are important to maintain the lubrication as well as structural integrity of the vertebral column. Okay, so he wants to give importance to that Kati region as the moola of the Medavaha Strotas. Then Medodhara as a kala. Okay, it is said Tritiya Medodhara Medo hi sarvabhutanam udharastam anuvasti shucha mahatsu cha majja bhavati. Okay, after Mamsadhara Kala, there is Raktadhara Kala which is produced, and after Raktadhara Kala, the next formed Kala is said to be the Medodhara Kala, which is made up of the adipocyte nourishing tissue. Okay, now this Medodhara Kala is said to be present in Udara, okay, Anu Astis, the small bones. Okay, though it is present all over the body, but it's mainly present in the Udarasthana, that is the abdominal region, and Anuasti, that is the small bones. It is present in the layer to nourish this parts. Now, fine. In bigger bones, the same Medodharakala is known as Majja. Okay, so this is to be noted. What is the Panchabhautika combination? According to Charaka, it is said the Medha Dhatu is made up of Jala and Prithvi Mahabhuta Pradhana. It is predominantly made up of Jala and Prithvi Mahabhuta. Okay, how is the metabolism taking place? Now, according to Kshiradhati Nyaya, explained by Charaka Samhita, Medha Dhatu is Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medha. So this is the fourth Dhatu which is nourished on the fourth day, according to Kshiradhati Nyaya. Now, according to Khale Kapote Nyaya, whenever a person consumes too much of sneha, that is snigdha, guru, shita, ahara, vihara, this directly nourishes the Medha Dhatu. This is because of the affinity of that particular tissue towards this food. Okay, because of the affinity, it gets absorbed faster to form the Medha Dhatu. Fine. Okay. Then, the next thing is, Sushruta defines a concept of direct Medha production from Rasa Dhatu. Okay, he says whenever there is Samarasa formed, okay, whenever there is blockage of Rasa Dhatu, okay, so whenever there is Samarasa formed and there is usually blockage for the Rakta Amsha to go to Rakta, there is another link from where the Rasa Dhatu gets totally converted or gets converted to Medha Dhatu. And hence, in problems of obesity, you can see Samarasa and Medo Vikriti seen. This is one of the clinical concept which we can see in Medha Dhatu, where the Samarasa is getting converted into Medhas. Okay, and that is also Baddha Medhas is getting formed. Okay, but it is usually taking fourth day for the normal nourishment of the Medha Dhatu, and according to Sushruta, it takes 15th day for the nourishment of the Medha Dhatu. Okay, yes. Then coming to metabolism of Medha Dhatu, when the Mamsa Poshaka Amsha moves ahead, okay, to the Moolasthana of Medhas, that is a Brakka and Vapavahana, there is action of Medha Dhatuvagni on this Poshaka Amsha, and this acts on this Poshaka Amsha to form the Prasada Bhaga and the Kitta Bhaga. The Prasada Bhaga again becomes a Sthayi Dhatu which gets stabilized in various regions like buttocks, thighs, okay, your shoulder region, your breast region. These are the Sthayi Medha Dhatu, and Asthayi Dhatu has again two functions. Okay, the poshaka amsha of the asthai dhatu is circulating throughout the body and moves to the formation of next dhatu formation, that is the asti. And here, whenever there is upadhatu formation, there is sandhi formation is seen in case of the medha dhatu. Okay, and what is the mala? The mala produced from the medha dhatu is said to be the sweda. The sweda is said to be the mala of medha dhatu. Now, what are the qualities of this medha dhatu? It is snigdha, it is mrudu, it is guru, and it is sthira. These are the qualities of the medha dhatu. What is the quantity of the medha dhatu? 2 anjalis. Dau anjalyaha is the quantity of the medha dhatu according to Charaka Sharirasthana. Functions of the medha dhatu. Snehana is the pradhana karma of the medha dhatu. Snehana, that is lubrication of each and every cell and tissue, is the main function of the medha dhatu. Fine. Along with this, if there is proper medha dhatu, it controls the vata and its function. That is very, very important. Then coming to the next one. Upadhatus of the medha dhatu, as I told you, medasaha snayu sambhavaha. Snayu sambhavaha is snayus, the ligament, are the upadhatus of the medha dhatu. Waste products, svedastu medasaha, that is the sweda, that is sweat, is said to be the the waste product, that is the mala of the medha dhatu. Then coming to the pathophysiology of the medha dhatu. Whenever there is Ati Snigdha Guru Ahara Vihara followed by Diva Swapna, okay, Avyayama, there is Medho Dhatu Dushti taking place. Okay, so what are the lakshanas seen whenever Ati Guru Ahara Vihara, Ati Snigdha Ahara Vihara, and we can say sedentary lifestyle. Okay, sedentary lifestyle is followed. The following lakshanas are seen in Medho Vritti, that is Tadve Mamsa Tad मेधस तथा श्रम अल्प अपि चेष्टा श्वास स्पिक स्तनोदर लंबनम. That means what? Whenever there is increased medha, increased lipid tissue, the person feels too much of fatigue. Physical fatigue is seen. You walk for few steps, you do little bit of exercise, you feel too much of fatigue. Okay, this is because of the overweight present in the body. Then alpopi cheshtata, the person usually tends to do only little bit of exercises and he tries to relax. Okay, shwasa, because the person cannot bear, there is too much of weight on the abdominal region, on the thigh region. The person, if he climbs the steps, okay, he will have too much of difficulty of breathing, that is inspiration and expiration will be seen in a faster rate in these people. Okay, Spix Stanodara Lambanam, there is pendular movement. Okay, because of the heavy deposition of the meatus, there is pendular movement of the buttocks, abdomen seen in case of increased medha dhatu. Fine. Then coming to the Medokshaya lakshanas. What happens if there is Medakshaya? Okay, too much of fasting. Okay, malnourishment, if the person is too much malnourished, if he doesn't take food for food at right time, okay, there is too much of malnourishment. Medasi swapanam katya pliha vritti krishnangatacha. That means this people, those who totally avoid snigdha ahara vihara and those who are in too much of fasting, okay, and too much malnourished people, these people have swapanam katya. Swapanam katya means the strength of the kati region is reduced, okay, and because of which there is poor sensation, okay, or suptata seen in the kati region. That means the strength of the disc is reduced, the tonicity and the strength is reduced, which will put pressure on the nerve roots and which can cause the sciatic nerve problems, and such problems can be developed. Pliha vriddhi. Pliha vriddhi here doesn't mean splenomegaly directly. It is the enlarged spleen which can be palpated. Okay, in clinical examination, you never get spleen palpated very easily. It is totally inside the covering of the Meda Dhatu. Fine. And it is not palpated that very easily. But here in Meda Dhatu Kshaya, what happens because of the poor nourishment to the ligaments, there can be prolapse of the spleen, or there can be reduced adipose tissue, which makes the spleen palpable. Okay, so such lakshanas are seen along with krishanga. The body becomes very lean in case of Medha Dhatu Kshaya. Okay, again Sushruta adds Medokshaye Pliha Abhivriddhi, that is the spleen can be palpated. Sandhi Shunyata, you can see there is cracking sound in the sandhis, sandhi shunyata, because vata vriddhi takes place whenever there is medakshaya. Rauksham medo mamsa pratanacha. Okay, there is too much of roughness in the body, as I told you. Proper lubrication of skin, proper lubrications of your organs are must. Otherwise it leads to functional deficiencies. Okay, and later it leads to disorders. So what happens in Medokshaya, there is pliha vriddhi seen, there is the spleen becomes palpable, the person becomes very lean, along with that there is too much of roughness in the body and cracking sounds in the body, and the person always desires for a non-vegetarian food. Okay, now what are the Medo Pradoshaja Vikaras? If there is too much of Meda Vriddhi or Meda Kshaya seen, then there is usually the prameha sort of symptoms seen, obesity, sthaulya symptoms are seen. Okay, these are some called as Medo Pradoshaja Vikaras. Fine. Now, very important point is, what is the general line of treatment? Okay, in general line of treatment, first of all, prevention is very important. If you want to avoid the Medo Dhatu Gata Vikaras, okay, repeated Vyayama is very important. Okay, Satata Vyayama, along with you can say you can follow proper yogic exercises or proper breathing exercises, so that extra amount of fat or extra amount of calories are burnt and not stored in excessive in your body, so that it doesn't burden your body. So that is very important. So prevention can be you have to avoid ama lakshanas. Okay, whenever there is ama, you have to take ama pachana dravyas, and this ama nirharana should be done. Otherwise this can lead to excessive deposition of the Meda Dhatu, which becomes Baddha Medas and very difficulty for the treatment. Fine. Then coming to the treatment aspect, then there is Shamana procedures and Shodhana procedures, both are seen in case of this. Okay, when you see about the Shamana procedures, you can give Katu, Ushna Dravyas along with Gugulu Kalpanas like Trifala Gugulu, Yogaraja Gugulu, Kamedo Hara Gugulu can be adopted, which are Lekhaniya and which are Medo Hara in their qualities. Okay. Now, on the same time, in Shodhana, various bastis can be adopted, Shara, very Ushna bastis can be adopted, so that there is Meda Hara action on the body, which can be followed, along with some proper diets to be followed and proper exercises to be followed as Medo Hara. Okay, but it is very easy to gain weight and very difficult to reduce weight, so that is also known to you all. Now, few people come with the complaints that they have too much of food, but also they're not gaining body and all these things. That is totally in Vata Prakriti. You can see the person is very lean, okay, but that cannot be compared to the pathophysiology. Okay, so it is whenever there is Medakshaya, it is mainly because of the chronic disease. It may be because of chronic fevers or chronic liver diseases. There can be such type of pathologies, and another can be totally malnutrition or malnourishment. So in malnourishment or the other pathologies, if there is ama, you have to do ama hara chikitsa first, and later followed by proper rasayanas to the Meda Dhatu, like Ashwagandha Grata can be given, Grata Kalpanas can be given, Avaleha Kalpanas can be given, which can nourish the Meda Dhatu and give strength to the body. Fine. Then coming to the modern correlation of the Meda Dhatu. it can be compared to the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is nothing but the loose connective tissue in the body, and it is mainly made up of the adipocytes. Okay, what are these adipocytes? These are small cells, okay, which are large, oval or round in shape. Okay, and the distribution is presently mainly in the omentum, mesentery, perinephric region, around the heart region, in the bone marrow region, mammary glands region. These are the main sites of this adipose tissue. Okay, and what are the main functions of this adipose tissue? It gives a proper shape to the body, it regulates the body temperature, it secretes a hormone called as leptin, which controls the adipose tissue metabolism, storage of fat, okay, provides energy to the body, then keep viscera in the position as I told you earlier, and acts as a shock absorber. So these are few main functions of the adipose tissue. So this is something about the Meda Dhatu. I think in my next class I will be continuing with the Asti Dhatu. Okay, thank you.